Crime and drama go hand in hand. When one small mistake is the difference between life in prison and living the high life, there's bound to be a lot of high-strung emotions. In today's film, we are following a family of poachers living in a small town in rural Quebec. The Arsenault family runs an auto mechanic shop during the day and illegally hunts animals at night in order to sell the meat to local restaurants. When a mysterious new radio host arrives in town, things start to go bad for the Arsenault family business. There's a police investigation, illegal poaching, and a look into the lives and mindsets of those few people still poaching in modern society. It's a story of crime, passion, and tragedy. The story is a little slow and the film doesn't effectively utilize its exciting moments, but the acting is great, the production quality is decent, and it keeps its mystery well. Hello and welcome to my channel. Here I review new movies and try to release a new review every day from Monday to Friday. Today's film, Arsenault Fils, was written and directed by Raphael Ouellet. It stars Guillaume Cyr, Pierre-Paul Alain, and Luc Picard. The acting, the production quality, and the intrigue are the best parts of this film. The cast does a great job of selling the family dynamics and expressing their emotions. Guillaume Cyr, Pierre-Paul Alain, and Luc Picard play the three main members of the Arsenault family. Cyr plays Adam Arsenault, the good son and the most honest of the Arsenaults. He's the local fire chief and works at his father's shop. He also helps his family out whenever they're moving meat or hauling in their kills. He hates his family business and wants them to get out of it. He's got a lot of charisma and doesn't fade into the background despite being the straight man of the story. Pierre-Paul Alain plays Anthony Arsenault, the prodigal son who returned to cause havoc. He fights with his brother, his father, and his grandfather. He's often getting into trouble and has no qualms about killing any animal he sees for whatever reason he can come up with. He is disorder personified, and yet his affection for his family is evident in Alain's expressions. He hates the way his father sees him and returns his father's anger with even more rage. Luc Picard plays André Arsenault and gets less screen time than the others but makes a big impact with what he gets. André is a passionate poacher and family man whose business is coming undone. While he's focusing on his work, his family starts to unravel and it results in a tear in his relationship with his son. Together, the three of them serve as a dysfunctional family rooted in the old ways of hunting and more concerned with making money than the legality of their actions. Their relationship has a lot of heated moments. The production quality is fairly clean for a smaller budget and focuses on simple, smooth camera work with a few neat moments here and there. There's one cool scene in here that I really liked of Anthony experiencing a fever dream before he kills a deer with a grenade. He floats through the forest, taking in every little detail as the fog rolls in behind him to the soft musings of a harp. He finds a family of deer frozen in time and gently reaches out to them. It's almost an enchanting scene. The film keeps its mystery well and takes a number of twists and turns that are unpredictable. The characters are fleshed out and well-rounded, and the film trusts the audience to put the pieces together rather than making its plot super obvious. Adam and Anthony are both great characters with contrasting personalities. The poaching business and the investigation into it are intriguing, and the relationship between Emile and Adam was interesting to watch. But the film takes a little too long to get into the meat of the story, and it doesn't finish tying up all of its loose ends. It glosses over the few moments of action it has, and doesn't spend enough time on the big emotional moments. The scene where they're stealing a boat and things go wrong starts in the middle and ends with Anthony running away. The whole thing took less than 2 minutes, and yet it was a pivotal turning point in the story. It also skips the conversation between Adam and Emile when he heads to her house to check on her. The events of the film have a disconnected feeling, and at times the film is a little boring. It isn't clear what's happening at the beginning of the film, and the movie doesn't openly present the conflict even though the police had begun their operation already. It also isn't clear what we're building up to, and because of the lack of excitement, only the intrigue is there to draw you into the story. The ending leaves things for the Arsenault family quite open, and while it technically ends the story for Adam, it doesn't inform us of anyone else's fate. It's unsatisfying, and I wish they would have at least cleaned up a few of the other storylines. What happened to Anthony and the rest of the family? What happened with Chuck? And what happened with Emile and Adam? It doesn't even offer a lick of closure. The soundtrack is fairly quiet, and what little music is used throughout the film is sparse, and tends to consist of short instrumentals. The songs don't add much to the film, and there are only a few moments where the music even feels relevant to the scenery, such as in the fever dream sequence. Arsenault Fils is an interesting look into the lives of a poaching family living in rural Quebec. As a film, it's a little slow and uneventful, but it does tell an emotional tale of one family's struggle and the police investigation into their illegal business. If you like crime dramas with solid acting, then give this one a try. 6 out of 10.